Alright folks, hello and welcome back to my channel. This is Kojiro from the YouTube channel GamingandJapan, and today is going to be the first time that I'm making Dragon Ball Sparking Zero videos on this channel. I'm gonna start a series and they're going to be a little bit different from what you are going to usually encounter here on YouTube. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and explore with you together, hopefully, how you can possibly play a grappler character in this game. Now, I am a very experienced grappler player in many different fighting games. I've won multiple tournaments in my country, and I was also considered one of the best Zangief players in Street Fighter 4 in Europe. I have beaten Espada Haribel when he used to play Sea Viper in Street Fighter 4. And yeah, I would consider myself a researcher of grappler characters in different games. So I want to try and play a grappler character in this game for mainly three reasons. The first reason is that I would like to see how a grappler character can actually be played in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero and what are the benefits and what makes a grappler character different in this game. The other reason is I want to explore the other side. What are the downsides of playing a grappler character in this game based on the specific mechanics that exist in Sparking Zero and also across many different anime arena fighting games. Part of my day job, I'm gonna take a little detour here. Part of my day job is to work for a video game publisher that publishes a lot of arena fighting games. I'm not in a higher up position, so everything I do here in this channel is specifically my own opinion. I don't speak on behalf of anybody else, but I have a lot of experience in arena fighters also. And the third reason is that I would like to see how in an arena fighting game you can actually play a different archetype of a fighting game character that doesn't really fit the mode very well, because although I hope with Dragon Ball Sparking Zero now arena fighting games are going to be considered equal and on par with the traditional 2D and 3D fighting games, you have to agree that if Melee and Smash are considered fighting games also, it's fair to say that the arena fighting games are also legitimate fighting games, but the archetypes in the arena fighting games are a little bit different, so I would like to see if a different archetype, specifically a grappler, is actually viable in a game like this. So I hope you join this journey with me, and now I'm going to comment on some of my gameplay in Sparking Zero together with you. I hope you're gonna enjoy this video, guys, and I'm going to do a lot more videos on this specific subject. From everything that I've played so far, the main grappler character in this game is Android 19, so this is the character I'm gonna play for a while, and I would appreciate if you like the video and subscribe to my channel. So let's go. Okay guys, so Android 19 has one of the key characteristics in order to play a grappler character in Sparking Zero, and that is that he has super armor for one skill bar. Okay, this is the skill that is across the board for all characters, called False Courage, but some characters have more expensive forms of False Courage, and this character has a one skill bar False Courage that allows him to have super armor and armor through a normal attack from the opponent, then just throw the opponent. Okay, there are a lot of different defensive mechanics that some of my opponents didn't use in this game, so some of the things that I do are not guaranteed. But my primary focus in these battles is going to be to just spam the super armor and then teleport with a quick dash behind my opponent, then do normal attacks and do mix-ups with normal attacks, and then of course mix them up with the grab. One of the beneficial um, abilities of this character is that his grab is actually similar to some of his normal attacks, so it's better than the characters that have this big grappling animation. Somebody like Popovich, for example, or Rokome, who is one of the other potential candidates to be a grappler character. So yeah, this is the idea. Do one skill bar super armor, teleport, and then do mix-ups with throws and with different normal attacks. And if you throw the opponent and he doesn't, there is a way for him to recover from this hit, by the way, and then you can do the first super that takes 3 bars, or you can even do the second super, okay, and that way you can do a lot of damage right away. The other thing that I would like you to take notice of is that I still haven't unlocked all the characters. I want to be clear. I haven't unlocked all the characters in the game, but I don't really believe that characters other than pretty much 4 characters in the whole game can fit the mode to be grappler characters. But this throw does really a lot of damage, guys. From all of the throws of other characters, except for Dr. Gero, of course, who does the kind of like the same amount of damage. The throw of Android 19 does a lot of damage, right? So, and also, as you can see, and if you haven't played the character, you should know that it also drains ki from the opponent and gives you ki, which is very beneficial. Here I should have charged the level 2 skill, which gives him 19 damage boost. Also, the damage boost gives him the ability to boost a little bit of his damage for his throw. Here I did the second super. One of the downsides of this android is that it's very difficult for him to go to a sparking mode because the androids cannot really charge with R2 on the modern controls. So the only way for you to go to sparking mode to fill all your key bar is to either like overcharge it with throws or overcharge it with normal attacks, and from there you can actually, when you hit max key bars, you can actually then charge. So here if I do another throw, I can then charge to sparking mode, but I decided to do the super right away. This idiot is just trying to like charge his key and shoot me with different types of blasts, but he doesn't understand that he's at a big disadvantage here. Now he's going to just die. Try to like mix up the attacks, didn't work right away, but eventually I was able to beat him up. So yeah, this is what Android 19 looks like. And I have to say, guys, I'm gonna pause here for a second. One of the other reasons that I would like to try, this is not really a gameplay related reason, but one of the other reasons that I want to try playing a grappler character is that I love Dragon Ball. I respect Goku as a character. He's an iconic character, not really in anime and manga, but in modern pop culture overall, okay? But I will never, I mean never am I going to play Goku or any versions of Goku in this game. I'm not going to play the mainstream characters. I want to try to play something different, and from the good, semi-good side, I'm probably only going to play Vegeta, and as other outside of the actual grappler characters, I'm going to play Hit and Jiren, and Jiren is one of my favorite characters. But for now, I'm going to focus on Android 19, and I really enjoy beating up people who only like to play mainstream characters because of the good feelings vibe. I don't know if you understand what I actually mean, but yeah, not playing Goku in this game or any other game, although he's a legend. I am most often than not I'm losing the mashing game. I think it's called Impact Exchange or something. I don't remember exactly the lingo. There is a lot of lingo in this game. Okay, I did the second skill, and now, as you probably have noticed, my throw did a lot more damage. I'm gonna mix up here for a while. When you are on the ground, you can actually in some cases do a 1 2 3 normal attacks, then you can do a down triangle to sweep, and then you can actually do a ground throw, which is valuable. Okay, now because he doesn't have key, he's going to try and charge. Here I did the circle reversal, the super sensible, whatever it was called. uh, like I said, sorry, I still haven't remembered all the lingo in the game, but I overall like got the general sense of idea how to play. Some of the defensive tactics are a little bit difficult, but I'm gonna get used to it in due time. Now, one of the downsides, I'm going to talk about that in a separate video, but one of the downsides of the concept of playing the grappler characters in Sparking Zero is the idea that the throw escapes are really easy, and people still haven't gotten used to the different characters, but eventually in due time people are going to understand what you're trying to do and are gonna probably react a little bit better. But your chances really to play grappler in this game, you really need to have super armor, and you really need to mix up the different attacks with throws, otherwise you're never gonna land the throw and people are going to start expecting it. Okay, and the other very important thing that you can start using this pretty much right away. When you do the skill activations, the 1 bar skill activations, it stops time, so you can do that in the middle of mix-ups and in the middle of some kind of like a high-speed evasion or ultra instinct or anything like that. So as you can see here, he was also mashing the grab, and he was able to escape once. So people are going to try and because if you use R1 on modern controls, you can escape throws, but you can also do the high-speed evasion of the first attack. So there is a big benefit of you or your opponent mashing, mashing R1 to both escape throws or try to do high-speed evasion. This is kind of like a weird animation here. And another thing, guys, that I fear of this discovery being made at some point. I haven't tried it myself because you can't really train different scenarios. You can't really record opponents doing things in this game, the CPU I mean. If there is some kind of option select, okay, so let me just pause here for a second. If in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero exists some kind of option, some kind of defensive option select in which you can roll in between the R1 for the high-speed evasion, the circle for the instinct, the deflection, and then up and square for the post first hit deflection of like you can do against the opponent that is in the middle of a combo. If you can do some kind of rotation in between these options, in which, for example, you press R1 square circle and then mash up and square, and you have something like a high-speed evasion comes out, then if the opponent doesn't hit you, you perform a basic rush attack. But then if the opponent hits you the second you can deflect with up and square. If anything like that is possible to kind of like option select multiple defensive options, the idea of playing a grappler character in this game is pretty much done. I hope this is not the case, of course. Like, option selects in arena fighting games aren't really a thing to the same extent it is in 2D fighting games. But let's hope there is not something like that in Sparking Zero. Okay, let's continue with the video. Okay, sorry. Okay, I messed up here. Sorry, I'm gonna just start here from the last battle. And yeah, so second. Sorry guys, I messed up the part of the pre-recorded video. By the way, I would like to apologize. For some reason, the like publisher disclaimer is in the upper left corner. I cannot really change that in the pre-recorded videos on PS5. I'm gonna try and change that in some of my future videos, but it covers part of the screen. But yeah, the main idea is that part you can see is to use for with C19 to use one skill for super defense and then mix up regular attacks with the throw, and then go from there. If you have an advantage in the skill points, you can also use the power up and then mess with the opponent in various other ways. I'm gonna say that his normal attacks of Android 19 are not as good as some of the other characters that can do like the Liu Kang bicycle kicks and some other stuff like that. Dr. Gero can have this kind of rush attack mix-ups, but Android 19 doesn't really have any of that. You have to mix different types of attacks. And also his limbs are not as big as somebody like, let's say, Spopovich or Jamemba or some of the other kind of like bigger characters. So you need to be aware of that. I'm curious if the opponent doesn't have any key and is kind of like exhausted state, if he can escape a throw. If you can tell me about that in the comment section below, I would love to hear that. And it's you have probably noticed this, but it's really difficult in this game to really train through combos, right? There is a lot of different ways for people to escape attacks, and you really need to be able to mix up and have an awareness. It's kind of like playing For Honor or playing kind of like a PvP in Souls games, in which some attacks are guaranteed, but some follow-ups and attacks really depend on the preemptive defensive option that the opponent is going to do in order to continue attacks with the further mix-up. Okay, so guys, this is going to be everything for this video. Thank you for watching. Please consider subscribing to the channel for more videos like this. And please tell me what you think about playing a grappler or playing against a grappler in Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.